Evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone, wherever you're joining in from. It's a pleasure to have been at this position talking to you about telco industry, user experience, network performance, and HeadSpin. But before beginning with everything that I'm going to talk about today, let me give you a brief experience or rather brief introduction about myself, and then we'll begin with the whole session that we have planned for today. Right. My name is Saurabh Malge. Uh, I have started my career from an automotive industry completely, or not rather completely, but a bit different from what I am doing right now. Right. I was a part of an automotive electronics company wherein I did a lot of coding, I did a lot of testing, did a lot of pre-sales and marketing as well. Yeah, a lot of cross-functional activities. Beyond KPID Technologies, after KPID Technologies, I became a part of a startup. The name is HeadSpin. It's visible in front of you right now. HeadSpin does a lot of things, right? Not just into user experience, not just into monitoring and evaluation of applications and devices and networks. It does a lot of things that I'm going to explore today. I ventured across diverse landscapes and from automotive to the bustling world of telco. Right. Today, I'd like to share a story. Let's not take this into a normal webinar. In that case, we are talking about a story of telco, a story of user experience, and a story of customers in that case, right? And I hope before we begin with this particular deck, I'm totally audible to you guys. I'm perfectly visible as well, and my slide is perfectly visible again. All right. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our first slide, or the first part of our story, the pivotal role of user experience in telco. Right. The first chapter of our story is about loyalty. Right. It's not just the customer satisfaction, the NEP scores that you maintain for your telco application, the telco infrastructure that you provide to your consumers. Picture this. Okay, picture this. You are at your favorite coffee shop, right? You order your coffee. The waiter gets the order right, and then it swiftly and with a smiling face, they deliver your order, right? You keep going back to the same coffee shop again and again, right? Because you had that vibe from those folks, you had that amazing experience with those folks, and then you are like, okay, I gotta come here back once again, and maybe more times in the future, right? Similarly, right, in the same way, in the telco world, when a user experience is seamless and efficient, they stick around. Your users stick around. It's that simple, right? In that case, they won't wait around for buffering videos or slow loading of applications. A swift and seamless user experience builds trust, and trust breeds loyalty, right? If you see the statistics around the world, 53% of mobile users will leave a website or an application if it takes more than only 3 seconds to load, right? The gap and the standard that has been set for a lot of telcos, for a lot of application users, for a lot of application providers, it's very minimal, right? If your users are experiencing even 3 seconds of delay, they're going to switch to your competitors, right? And when it comes to competitive edge, it's like our second chapter. In the world where many providers offer similar packages, right? Similar prices, what distinguishes you apart, or what distinguishes one from another, is the feeling that a customer gets what they use as a service, right? It's about that aha moment, right? Right. Imagine you are traveling in a lift, and then you continue talking to your friend or to your colleagues over the video call that you had started outside of that lift, right, or that elevator. The telecom companies embrace this, right, focusing on the feel good user experience, right, and are the ones leading this race. So when it comes to aha moments, when it comes to feel good moments, there is nothing correlates better than user experience in that case, right? Our final chapter, is about retention, right? I'm sorry, I'm sliding to the slides. Our final chapter is about retention, right? It's about reducing the churn that you have observed across all these experiences or across all these user journeys. Remember that one restaurant that you were going, you never returned to just because the ambience felt off, right? Even if the food was good at a certain point. right? Similarly in telco, even if you offer groundbreaking packages, groundbreaking, prices, a single hiccup in user experience can drive customers away, right? The sheer power of user experience to retain or repel is astounding in that case, right? I have observed this. We have completely observed this. This is especially related to telco in that case. I have seen this across other industries as well, right? Mm. So as we traverse through today's discussion, let's keep this story in mind. And because at the heart of every network, every frequency, every byte of data that is a user is consuming, and their experience shapes the narrative of the telecom industry, right? So as we progress in our discussion, let's address a pivotal concern. What obstacles are we encountering in our user experience testing, right? There is a term called lack of real world testing. What is real world testing? You may be testing your applications, your networks on a simulated environment, right? Which is not really as much of a replication of a real world testing environment, right? And without real world testing in that case, telcos will never be able to gauge the true network performance that they want to provide to their consumers, right? And simulated environments give us a control setting to test our networks. It doesn't quite capture the unpredictability of your telco providers or your infrastructure, right? While simulation offers some sort of control environment, they cannot fully replicate the real world unpredictabilities, which is said and done, right? This distinction matters, right? Our users operate in a dynamic setting, right? Some are using it in Bangalore, some are using your telco services in Mumbai, some are using it in New York, right? With variables of simulations, may overlook, right? For us to genuinely understand our network performance and user experience, we must emphasize on real world testing, right? What exactly about inadequate tools and experience here? The second part of our story, being adequately equipped is vital, very important. However, having advanced tools is only part of the equation, right? The expertise to effectively employ these tools is equally crucial in that case, right? The telco industry is nuanced with intricate challenges. Without proper expertise and the right tools, identifying and resolving performance-related problems becomes very difficult, right? And without any kind of tools and expertise, telco will never be able to pinpoint the root causes of a certain performance issue, right? The third part of this story is about failure to keep pace with technological changes. I do not have to say a lot of this into because we have seen how advanced telco has become with all the 5G stories, with all the edge related stories, with all the MEC related stories. And if you fall behind in this technological trend, it means that you are missing out on a lot of benefits of new innovations, right? If you don't want to miss out on these innovations, we have very well equipped to help you achieve those competitive gains. We are very well equipped to achieve those goals that you have set up for your telco infrastructure, right? Moving on, HeadSpin is the introduction that I wanted to give you today with all the things that we have discussed previously, right? HeadSpin is an omni-channel test and analysis and monitoring platform, right? Imagine you're sitting in India, right? Your telco operator is from Germany, right? You want to test how your users are using your network on a certain application, which is related to either the app responsiveness to the on that particular network, the loading time of that particular network operator, and the packet level data as well. With the power of HeadSpin AI/ML and analytics platform, you'll be able to get a root cause analysis, a deeper insight into all the issues that your users are facing on their applications, on their devices, and on your network as well, right? It could be related to blank screens. It could be related to network errors. It could be related to distorted screens as well, right? Imagine if a certain application you're using, for example, you're using WhatsApp, right? And you're not able to send a certain message to your loved ones or to your colleagues, right? What do? The next moment you see your application or your messaging not being delivered, you tap on that particular send button for a multiple amount of times, right? This particular tapping can also be captured on HeadSpin platform so that you get what your users are doing on your applications and how they are interacting or how they are reacting to a certain situation, right? You run manual and automated test cases on your applications, and you get insights into the whole experience that your users are having in the form of dashboards. These dashboards have a time series view of everything that is being happening on your application with all the KPIs that you want to measure. Now, it's not just 1 or 2 KPIs, it's almost 130 plus KPIs that you want to measure across this particular user journey that you're executing, right? So you run user journeys on HeadSpin platform, and then you get insights into all the issues that your applications or your networks are having across this particular 130 KPIs set that we are giving you, right? We are available across 100 plus locations in 70 plus countries, right? This is more of a global deployment infrastructure. We are available on-prem, we are available on cloud, we are available on a shared model as well, right? But what sets us apart from our competitors or anybody out there is our AI-powered insights and recommendation platform, right? Whenever you run a certain test on HeadSpin platform, the AI-powered insights and recommendation platform gives you issue cards in the form of different types of issues your users are having, right? In these issue cards, you will also find the different types of recommendations that you would want to give to these particular issues that you're having, right? So for example, you get a certain issue of loading animation. Your application is having a lot of loading animation issues, right? In the same issue card, you'll be also seeing that what kind of recommendations should this particular tester have in that case to resolve the loading animation issue, right? Isn't that amazing, right? And we don't really stop there. Your entire tests, all the automated and manual tests that you're running on HeadSpin platform will be recorded and will be given to you in the form of a complete comprehensive dashboard, right? Our platform integrates with Grafana dashboards. Our platform integrates with a lot of PostgreSQL data, which will be converted into a particular Power BI dashboard as well, right? So, you sit in your office, you test these particular application with automated manual tests across 500 different types of sessions that you take. You'll be able to get a lot of comprehensive data at the end of the day from the HeadSpin platform, right? And we are compatible with a lot of OS here. For example, Android, iOS. We are compatible with Android Auto as well, which plays inside your vehicles, right? We are also compatible with Android TV, Roku TV, and a lot of other infrastructure, right? So this is about HeadSpin platform. What is it that I am talking about today, telco, and how is it related to HeadSpin, right? Let me take you to the real story of this particular session, right? If we go into the next slide, we have the pivotal role of HeadSpin in telco, right? I wanted to convey regarding a certain idea that how HeadSpin and telco industry is combined together or is related in that case, right? There are 3 different aspects which a telco operator or which a telco provider or a telco company should remember in that case if they want to test the real world applications of their infrastructure, of their network that are they providing to their consumers, right? First, it is real world testing environment, which is the last mile testing, right? Analytics and insights which they gather from different types of tools and a certain scalable solution which HeadSpin provides, right? What is real world testing, or in that case, last mile testing, right? At HeadSpin, we are not just about testing, okay? We prioritize the right kind of testing. The term last mile isn't just a buzzword to us, right? It represents our commitment. By emphasizing last mile testing, we engage with actual devices and networks, ensuring what we test mirrors the real world scenarios, right? Our approach is holistic and replicates authentic user experience. We kind of emphasize on last mile testing on actual devices and networks. It's not just simulators or emulators that we use for testing your networks. We use real devices which are widely used across your user base. For example, you want to test on iOS devices, you will be able to test on iOS devices on the HeadSpin platform. You connect your particular network to HeadSpin platform on that particular device, on that iOS device or the Android device that you want to connect, and you realize the network KPIs that you want to capture and then realize the experience of your network on those particular devices, right? We authenticate user experience replication. We mirror exact user scenarios for authentic evaluation. For example, what is the common user journey that we carry out on a certain retail application, right? Our mobile applications are always connected to a certain network. We open the retail application, we search for a certain product, we look across the product, how it is looking, if it is the right fit or not, and then we put it in the cart, right? And at the end of the day, we kind of proceed for the payments of that particular product, right? This entire user journey that we carry out on any application, on any type of retail, any type of connected vehicle application, or any type of media related OTT application can be carried out on the HeadSpin platform so that you get real data insights, right? Or you run real user journeys. We are available on a worldwide reach, right? When I say worldwide, we are available across 70 plus countries and 100 plus locations across these countries, right? We cover a diverse set of devices and network conditions. We can test a lot of roaming testing. We can test a lot of OP-RAN testing. We can also test calling functionality of a certain application or a certain network in that case, right? Let's move on to analytics and insights. Data, in its raw form, can be overwhelming to anybody. To anybody in that case, we have seen a lot of data analytics being progressing these days, and it can be overwhelming at a time if it is not represented in a certain visualized way, right? At HeadSpin, we transform this sea of information that you get from our platform into a meaningful, full formatted AI-powered insight, right? But it's not just about numbers. It's about presenting them in a digestible way or a digestible format. Our platform offers visual tools from issue cards to time series view, ensuring stakeholders can quickly grasp to the core of the information that is being provided to them, right? And when decision times comes, we don't leave you shifting through data. Our platform provides curated information, curated recommendations, paving the way for clear and effective actions at the end, right? So it's not just about you get a heap load of data on the platform or a heap load of analysis done on the visualized dashboard that we provide, but you will also get a chance to take reasonable actions on those particular issues that you're facing on your network, right? The third part of this particular pivotal role of HeadSpin is a scalable solution, right? The core of HeadSpin's platform capability is a scalable platform that we provide to you, right? This platform is so cost effective, you'll be able to test different types of devices, different types of platforms. It is not just application that you want to test. You want to test a lot of web browsers. You want to test a lot of web OS applications that are available on your laptops, on your desktop screens, can also be tested on the HeadSpin platform, right? The telco industry, and it is not very static in that case, right? It's ever evolving. Our solution at HeadSpin are built with this dynamism in mind. We offer a platform ready for growth, ensuring as the telco needs to evolve, we are right there with your evolution, right? You want to test 5G related application, 5G related use cases for your particular telco related scenario networks. We are there to test those 5G related KPIs as well, right? If you want to test device to device connection, device to device interaction of your network related issue infrastructure, that can be done on the HeadSpin platform as well, right? And while scalability is vital, we ensure it does not break the bank, right? Efficient upscaling or downscaling becomes seamless with our platform. Moreover, I would like to point this out. We stay adaptive, right? We are not really confined to a certain network. We are not just testing 3G or 4G related applications or the network. We are scalable across different types of usages of the network related infrastructure that is being provided, right? Moving on, in essence, right, HeadSpin provides itself not just a solution provider. So we are a product, we are a strategic partner in the telco ecosystem, right? Our capabilities are crafted with precision, understanding and foresight, ensuring the telco industry is always a step ahead in delivering unmatched user experience, right? Okay, let's move on to the next slide, which we talk about a lot of network KPIs that we capture, right? What exactly does it matter? What exactly matters when it comes to measuring a certain user experience of a certain application or a certain network in that case, right? It matters a lot of user experience metrics like blurriness, blockiness of that particular application, right? The loading time of a certain application, right? How much time it is taking for loading from one page to other, right? And this particular metric can be readily tracked on the HeadSpin platform with automated use cases, automated test cases as well, right? One of the critical metric that we capture for media related applications is VMO score, and which is sometimes very much critical for a certain telco related application, telco related infrastructure as well, right? Let's take an example of impact time, or rather active user retention in that case, right? We want you to ensure that users are retaining on your applications. This particular metric can only be satisfied by measuring it successfully or efficiently. You want to measure this user experience, user retention metric. HeadSpin platform readily provides the infrastructure to measure these metrics, right? Coming to the network type of metrics, we have capability to measure different types of network related metrics. For example, network in bytes, network out bytes, network packets out and in, right? GSM related, CDMA related, LTE and 5G related application metrics can also be captured on the HeadSpin platform, right? You want to ensure your applications or your infrastructure work properly when the users are using it, right? For example, a recent example from a customer that we had interacted with, we are very proud to take this example. A certain telco operator from Australia, they had employed HeadSpin platform to test top 10 applications that are widely used in some areas of Australia, right? And they were measuring the KPIs, which are very critical for these top 10 applications on their network, and comparing the performance of these top 10 applications on their competitors' network, right? So that they were getting an insight around how their network is performing on these top 10 applications for that region of Australia, and how their competitors' network is performing on those top 10 applications in these top 3 cities of Australia, right? So at the end of the day, they gained a lot of insight into how they want to improve their network infrastructure, how they want to improve the throughput, the concurrency of their particular networks, right? What kind of connections issues that they are having, what kind of LTE related issues they are having, and what kind of screen related issues that they are having on their applications for those top 10 applications across the cities of Australia, right? This is an amazing use case that certain Australian telco provider is using HeadSpin for. Along with that, you capture a lot of SMS success rate issues, messaging related KPIs, call related KPIs. These are very core operations of a network or of a certain network provider that you want to test, or that you would want to test on the HeadSpin platform, right? If you want to set up a call with somebody, you'd be able to set up a call and then check the quality of that call on the HeadSpin platform. It could be international call, it could be a national call, it could be a call from a certain location to a certain location as well, right? So these particular use cases, these particular KPIs can be readily captured on the HeadSpin platform for testing and maintaining the user experience of your network infrastructure, right? Moving on. These are some of the brief overload of issues that are tracked by HeadSpin platform. It could be a user experience issue, or it could be a RCA related issue, root cause analysis issues that are captured on the HeadSpin platform. For example, there are a few issues like poor video quality, right? Your application is connected to your network, right? For example, you are testing the provider that you have provided to your consumers with Netflix, right? Your users are using Netflix, but it is connected to a certain network, and you want to test how Netflix is being used on your network with the help of HeadSpin platform, right? Now, what are the KPIs that you would want to measure, and what kind of issues that you would want to check if they are occurring or not? Those could be poor video quality, screen freezing, right? Glitches, crashes of your application can also be checked and can also be monitored on the HeadSpin platform, right? We deploy all of these particular metrics into our AI/ML platform, so that next time when you test your application, these issues are readily captured whenever they occur, right? If we move on to our next slide, I'm going to give you two great examples, or two amazing examples of HeadSpin platform, how they can be used for a certain network provider, right? Again, example of a certain customer in that case, right? A certain telco operator in US had deployed apartment labs in different cities of USA, right? And what they did is they wanted to test the network that they are providing in those apartment labs, the fixed wireless access internet that they are providing in those apartment labs. And they wanted to check how applications are being reacting, or how applications are being used across the apartment labs in those cities of US, right? They set up a lab and then they set up HeadSpin infrastructure into those labs. And then they deployed those applications that they want to test on those particular infrastructure of network, and then tested different KPIs on that particular application, right? These applications reacted to a certain way, and then the KPIs were captured as I showed you on the last slide. Then they were able to analyze how those users of those apartment labs or the testers in those apartment labs are using or consuming these applications on those particular networks, right? We can test on different, they were able to test on different devices, like it could be a smartwatch device, it could be a mobile phone, it could be a tablet as well, right? So the interaction of these devices, interaction of the application, and interaction of the whole ecosystem of network onto those particular network provider which has provided in those apartment labs were tested on the HeadSpin platform to capture deeper level insights into the user experience, right? And the access were given to a lot of remote QA teams, right? The tester were sometimes in India, the tester were sometimes in Germany, the testers were sometimes in different parts of Europe, but they were testing the apartment lab FWA infrastructure in US, right? So our platform is more of location agnostic. You'll be able to test and you'll be able to do a lot of testing in that case from different parts of the country as well, different parts of the world, right? One more example that I usually point out a lot in my discussions is that the applications of media-related applications, right? For example, you're testing or you're watching a YouTube video, right? And the network that you have connected your YouTube to is not really at par with the expectation that you have, right? For example, it says 5G all the time, but it's not really as 5G as you would have expected it to be, right? Now, what some customers at our infrastructure do, or what our customers employ us for, is that they take a lot of different types of devices, they deploy it in our HeadSpin appliances, HeadSpin platform, and then they check different types of user journeys of these media devices across these different types of devices, right? So you would want to take different types of reactions of these media devices to those network and in that particular environment, right? So that you'll be able to gain insights into how the device is reacting to that network. If there is a battery drain issue, if there is a power related issue, if there is a memory related consumption issue, or if there is a RAM related issue, all of these heating related issues can also be captured on the platform so that you get a comprehensive view around how those media devices are reacting and how that network performance is captured on those devices, right? You do not want to have a bad experience on your platform at the end of the day, right? Imagine, I know I am giving a lot of examples here, but imagine you're watching Netflix, right? And a lot of telco provider imagine that they have provided a certain infrastructure and then their work is done in that case, right? But it doesn't stop there, right? At the end of the day, your consumers are not reacting to your network, right? They are reacting to the Netflix video that they are watching, the office episode that they're watching at the end, right? They want to have a great experience on the devices that are connected to your network, not the network directly, right? Who are here to blame? It could be the application, it could be the device, or it could be the network, right? How do we know if the network is compatible with that particular device? How do we know if the network is very well reacting to that particular video related application? By testing it on HeadSpin platform, right? So yeah, I mean, these are some of these amazing examples that I usually talk about in most of my conversations. It could be related to a certain confined network testing. It could be related to media level testing. It could be related to audio and video related testing. HeadSpin platform can do it readily at fingertips for you on our appliances, right? HeadSpin PBox, I know I haven't talked much about HeadSpin PBox in that case, but HeadSpin PBox is an appliance wherein you get a chance to deploy a lot of devices. It could be 24 different types of devices can be deployed inside this PBox. And this PBox is connected to the HeadSpin UI, which is provided to our consumers, right? We are a SaaS platform, so we provide a SaaS platform to our consumers, to our customers. And this platform lets you test different types of devices which are applied or which are deployed inside these PBoxes. When I say 24 different devices can be deployed, it could be a combination of iOS devices, it could be a combination of Android devices, or it could be a combination of tablets as well, right? So this P boxes, it could be either deployed on your data centers, it could be deployed inside apartment lab as well, or it could be deployed on our data centers in different types of countries as well, right? So when I say we are deployed across 70 countries, our P boxes are deployed across those 70 countries, and then you can access those particular P boxes in those 70 countries again, right? Moving on, what is at the forefront here? It's the AI and the future of telco that we are seeing at the end of the day, right? It starts with predictive analysis and smart diagnostics of your network infrastructure. It starts with benchmarking your network with a certain peer, with a certain competitive infrastructure, and it also starts with future proofing the telco user experience, right? Imagine a world where issues are identified and resolved even before they impact the users, right? When HeadSpin advanced AI, this isn't a distant dream, right? But an achievable reality in that case, right? Our platform's smart diagnostic and harness predictive analysis enables quicker problem resolution, enhancing efficiency and driving superior user experience for your users, for your end users, and for your end customers in that case, right? We let you benchmark your applications, benchmark your network, benchmark your devices against your peers, against the different types of competitors that you have in that particular local region, in that particular global infrastructure device, in global locations, right? Today's dynamic market, introspection is as crucial as looking outward, right? HeadSpin provides clear metrics, facilitating internal evaluation that guides our strategic moves, right? But it's not just about self-assessment, right? At the end of the day, it's about matching the self-assessed metrics, self-assessed KPIs against your peers, right? Ensuring we not only match but outpace the industry standards. By gauging telco performance against competitors, we ascertain our position and craft paths for continuous improvement for your applications and for your network infrastructure, right? And when we say future proofing of telco user experience, the telecom world is on the brink of a seismic shift with technologies like 5G and MEC infrastructure, which is becoming kind of mainstream these days, right? You were, a lot of your users were using your applications and different types of devices on a 4G network, but now suddenly they are shifting to a certain 5G network, and then they are not able to, these devices and these applications are not able to manage their performance or their operations on the new infrastructure of networks that is being provided, right? And at HeadSpin, we don't wait for the future, we prepare for it, right? Our solution ensures seamless compatibility and optimization with 5G networks, right? And our commitment, it is to remain vigilant, evaluate and updating our platform to align with every technological advancement, ensuring that the telco user experience remains top tier today and tomorrow, right? For example, you might be aware of a fact that a lot of our competitors, a lot of tools out there are not really compatible with the advancements that we see and a lot of infrastructure that is being provided across the networks, right? For example, you might say, how are we going to test these 5G infrastructure, right? But the platform that we provide is very well equipped with KPIs specific to 5G, KPIs specific to MEC infrastructure, and KPIs specific to the network infrastructure that you are providing to your consumers, right? So we are always updating our platform to be compatible with everything that is coming out new for your consumers or for our consumers also, right? We are readily available to test a lot of 5G related user journeys, a lot of 5G related applications, or 5G related metrics in that case, for every type of user journey that you run on your applications and on your networks, right? In conclusion, the future is brimming with possibilities in that case, for telco especially. This is my favorite industry. I've always talked to everyone about how amazing the telco industry is evolving and how amazing it has been across the years that it has since the genesis of it, right? And with AI at its core, HeadSpin is poised to redefine the landscape of telco user experience, right? And crafting a narrative of innovation, efficiency, and unparalleled user experience is at the core of it, right? So HeadSpin is able to test all of your user journeys, all of your applications, all of your network infrastructure, and collect more than 130 plus KPIs, 130 plus custom KPIs as well, so that you would want to measure your application through and through without leaving any gap for improvement for your future, right? For example, once you test your application on the HeadSpin platform, it barely there barely remains any kind of improvement that you would want to make, any type of improvement that you would want to make on your application. It could be related to any other advancements, but when you test it on the HeadSpin platform, there will be a lot of less chances of that you would want to make a lot of changes in there, right? If there are any questions in that case across all these slides, please feel free to shoot them on the chat window, because all the questions, I haven't been taking a lot of questions across these slides, but I was excited about all the things that I was going to talk today. I had a lot of things prepared, but this was the core of it. We are talking about a lot of infrastructure related issues, a lot of issues that are occurring on a certain network related infrastructure. And we are also testing a lot of applications connected to these infrastructure at the core of it, right? And you would want to understand the experience of these applications on your network, so that you'll be able to take actionable insights, actionable data out of it, and then make improvements on your applications, right? Please feel free to shoot any kind of question that you would want to have across these, and I'll be happy to take it. Let me see if I have any questions. Okay. There are a few questions. Thank you so much for shooting them. Let me take it one by one. Okay. How, Karthikeya Verma, you have a question. How you load the network with synthetic traffic before the testing user experience? Before testing user experiences. Okay. How you load the network with synthetic traffic? Okay. On a HeadSpin platform, Karthik, the thing is, we integrate with a lot of load testers in that case. For example, you want to test a certain load condition on a certain location. You are in India, you want to test how many users are using WhatsApp in a single day, or how is the WhatsApp is reacting to your network in that case when it is loaded with a lot of users, right? When it at the peak of its users usage, right? So we simulate a certain environment in that case on a certain loading application. It could be a load runner, or it could be any type of loading application. And we take the entire data that is being provided in that loading application, and we push it on the HeadSpin platform, so that the applications react to in a certain way that it would react in a loaded condition, right? So HeadSpin platform integrates with a lot of other CI/CD tools, a lot of loading tools, and a lot of load runner tools, so that you'll be able to create a load condition and push that load condition on the HeadSpin platform, so that you'll be able to understand if these applications are reacting in a certain way for those metrics that you would want to measure, right? I hope I was able to answer your question properly. We can even connect later. You can text me on LinkedIn as well, right? Oh yeah, will the material presented be available afterwards? I believe it should be. It could be a recording that we'll be able to provide you at the end of this session. But yes, I mean, we'll be able to provide you the material and the entire session as well. Thank you, Karthik. Okay, then one more question. How does HeadSpin's real-world testing approach help telco identify and prioritize user experience pain points across different geographical regions? Okay, as I said, we are available across 70 plus countries, right? So our infrastructure or our data centers are available across 70 plus countries, and we are also equipped enough to ship our infrastructure to your data center, so that you'll be able to run real testing in your own testing environment, in your own test labs, right? So that you don't have to miss out on, if in case we are not available on a certain network, it could be a very far away region that we may not be present, or even you are very scarcely present, but you would want to measure network infrastructure in those regions. HeadSpin is fully equipped to ship those particular appliances at your location, and you'll be able to run the same exact user journeys that you would run on a cloud infrastructure. We'll be able to do that on the HeadSpin platform on a on-prem infrastructure as well, right? So we are available on-prem, we are available cloud, we are available on a shared model as well, right? There is one more interesting question. I was seeing this: with the advent of 5G, user experience for speed and reliability will rise, definitely, right? How does HeadSpin's platform leverage AI to ensure that telco can meet and exceed these heightened user experience expectations. Okay, interesting. I'll give you a quick insight into how the HeadSpin platform or the AI platform, AI/ML platform operates in that case. Please pay attention to this part. Okay. We have run almost millions to billions of tests on the HeadSpin platform at the, at this moment until now. Okay. But the thing is, the platform is so learned, the platform is so, equipped enough so that it predicts everything that it might occur on a certain application when it is evaluating evaluating itself on the HeadSpin platform. For example, you're taking few tests on a certain video related application, and you see a lot of loading animation or video load issues on that particular application, and tomorrow it completely predicts if that particular video related issue is occurring on the same user journey or not when you run the same test cases again on the next day, right? So this platform is always learning. This platform is always understanding what kind of issues it should be capturing. And this platform is always giving out different types of issues that might occur on a certain network, that might occur on a certain device, right? So that you would never be away from a certain issue, so that no issue will be a sideline, no issue will be hidden from your eyes, right? And the platform captures every single thing with its AI/ML capabilities, right? Okay, let me see. I hope I was able to answer that question. Let me see if I have any other question in that case. Or if you have any more questions, please share them in the chat window. I'll be able to present, or I'll be able to answer them right away. Thank you so much for joining, by the way. We have had a good session. We have had multiple conversations around, and I hope I was able to convey the idea of how HeadSpin evaluates different types of applications and different types of network infrastructure for a lot of network providers out there, right? So this is more of an interesting ecosystem, or this is more of an interesting industry out there, right? You are providing network infrastructure to a lot of consumers, and then your consumers are not really understanding if their application that they are using are really compatible with the network infrastructure that you're providing with them or not. If you want to understand the compatibility, if you want to understand how the user experience is on your network infrastructure, are the applications are connected right or not, that can also be possible on the HeadSpin platform with all the KPIs that we are providing you. All right. Okay, there is a chat. Okay, thanks, Kartikeya. Thank you so much for your feedback. If in case you need any kind of help, any kind of feedback, any kind of questions, please feel free to shoot them. We are here to help you with those. All right. I guess we are at the brinks, or we are at the end of our session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.